Hello and welcome, everybody. It is a nice day today. It's Saturday. It is August in DFW, Texas, and it is not hell on earth today. Yeah, it's been pretty mild here. So if you live here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, I know to most people up north, they come down here and they think that this is hell on earth. But the nice thing is we don't have to shovel 14,000 feet of snow every year, which that's a trade-off for me. I'll take it because we have about 6 weeks of super hot temperatures. If you're not from this area in the south, I'll take the heat over snow any day of the week. So it's actually pretty mild year so far. I know that I just jinxed us. It's going to be basically horrible now that I just said that, but that's okay because you know what? At the end of the day, it's August and the high today is only like 91 degrees in Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas. And man, I'll tell you what, anybody that lives here, that's a cold front for this time of the year. So anyway, yeah, I know I had a brief hiatus. I had stuff, man. I had things I had to do. You know, I own my own business. I don't make any money on this podcast, nor do I care to make any money on this podcast. I do the podcast because this podcast is, like I said in the beginning, it is a therapeutic thing for me. It allows me to get things out and off of my chest, and hopefully you do the same thing. I just put mine on recording so that I can get it out there just because it's kind of fun, because I kind of like to even listen to my own podcast because some of the things I say actually crack me up, and really laughter and things like that is really some of the best medicine that you can put into your body. Is not only to laugh and get things off of your chest, but to laugh at yourself sometimes is really pretty darn fantastic. And it really does help a lot. But yeah, I had a hiatus. I had a lot of things going on. I had some things I had to do at my house. Yeah, I had to put in a whole brand new heating and air conditioning. But that's my fault because I put it off for a long time. Maybe you're a procrastinator. Sometimes I procrastinate about things like, man, I can just get one more year out of it. And I think I did that for 15 years. And it was time. It was time because the electric bills were getting really stupid. And the wife kind of basically told me what we were paying, and she tries to keep it under wraps, but I was like, holy shit balls, that's a lot of money. And I think what we would save by putting in a new system just makes total sense. But that's why I haven't done a podcast, is because I've been having to do a lot of things around the house, and I've had some business stuff that I've had to handle as well because I own my own company, like I said. And the podcasts don't even pay for bottled water in the house, so I don't make any money off of it. But on today's podcast, if you even made it this far, because most people have an attention span of a fucking gnat, and you know they can make it like 5 seconds. The thing is to talk about things and see if you can relate to a lot of the things that go on with me, because I'm sure that if I met you at a bar, or if I met you at a restaurant or at an event, it's amazing. Not everybody is 100% the exact same, but there's always a little bit that you can always find common ground, you know, on a lot of things that are going on in your life. But anyway, so back to the gnat thing. Yeah, people's attention spans are just shit these days, and it's absolutely fucking frustrating. But today on episode 10, I'm going to talk about making your own beer. Do you make your own beer? Is there beer that you have actually ordered a kit, or if you went to like a little small brew house to buy your stuff to make your beer, like grains and hops, beer bottles if you bottle, or do you maybe do your own beer in keg? I'm going to get into a little bit what we do, and it's a lot of fun, and I'm fucking telling you, it's therapeutic. It's and the smells. If you love beer, okay, if you love beer, then making your own is just there's nothing more fun than doing your own beer and hanging out with your buddies. And I'm going to get into the beer part too on is it hard to do, and can just any Joe Blow do it, and the little ins and outs of it. But really the big thing is do you make your own beer, and is it really better than going out in buying beer? And is it cheaper? Is it cheaper? That's a lot of people ask me, they go, how much could you possibly fucking save by making your own beer? Okay. Well, I'm going to get into it, and I'm going to tell you really where the savings are and whether it is better and basically the logistics of how the beer goes. How long does it take? What is the fermentation process? What do you got to do to get it to where you can drink the damn shit? You know what I'm saying? What do you got to do? So anyway, drinking your own beer that you make, I'll be honest with you, if you do it right. Now, okay, if you do it right, you ask, is it better? Fuck yeah, it's better. It's way better, man. It's amazing because you can actually make what you can't buy in a store. So let's get into it a little bit. Craft beer. That's basically craft beer. Or you can make your own Pilsner. You can make your own lager. You can make your own IPA. You can make your own sours. You can make, whatever you're into, you can fucking make it. If you want to make it, you can make it. Now, is it easy? Hell yeah, it's easy. It's really, really easy. You can buy kits on the internet. You can actually go to some places. If you search around homebrew equipment and grains, you can usually find it on Google, around Google Maps or something like that. And, you can get into it. And the thing is, you can go to these places, you can pick their brain. That's how me and my buddy did it. My buddy Shane, it was him that got me started into it because he had dabbed a little into it with another buddy of his. And it got to the point where I was like, man, that sounds really kind of cool because, well, shit, we drink a lot of beer and we love beer. And why not make our own beer and make our own twist to make the beer that we love to drink, clone it, but put a twist to it of the things that we wish were in that beer that maybe we could put into the beer. Yes, you can do that. And I'm going to get into it, and I'm going to tell you exactly a couple of them that we have done that are just absolutely fantastic. And not only that, you can really level out your ABVs, which is your alcohol volume for each beer that you're drinking. There's actually calculators that are out there. There's things that you could do. If you want to hit me up like on a post or something like that, I'll be happy to tell you where to go and what to look for and how to basically get into making your own beer. It's super, super fun, super easy. We went to a place called Texas Brew House or Brew Supply. And we went in there and we were getting into it and we were talking to some of the guys that actually ran the shop. Now it's a privatized deal. You can't do it. You actually got to be a real brew house to get in there. You got to have your tab license or whatever it's called, which I'm not going to do. I could go get one if I want one, but it's just a hassle. There's other places we can go and buy. It's not much more expensive. And it's just a little easier on us to get in and get out. But you can find them all over the internet. You can order grains, have them shipped to your house. Super, super easy. But anyway, going into the store, we went in and we got what's called is a all-in-one kit. All right. So basically what you need is you just need to be able to have a pot and the amount that you want to brew. So you can either brew in buckets or you can brew in actual like large format fermenters. Well, in the beginning we used buckets, they look like 5-gallon buckets, but they're really 6 gallons. And the reason that they're 6 gallons is because you need a 6-gallon bucket in order to do a 5-gallon brew. So talking to the guys, they sell the buckets there. You can get them anywhere. Just look it up. And it's super cool because you can make 5 gallons of beer. And you're like, holy shit balls, man, 5 gallons of beer. How the hell are we going to drink all that? Well, I don't want to ruin your day, but 5 gallons doesn't go that far. Especially if you're like me and my buddy, we can slap down 5 gallons in a weekend. Piece of cake. But talking to the guys there, so tell us about it, about this kit. What do we got to do? And tell us the pitfalls that go into it. Can we fuck it up? They're like, look, let me tell you something, guys. Brewing beer is so easy, and it's so much fun. And I'm going to tell you 2 things. It's really easy to make beer. It's also really easy to fuck up your beer. But if you follow the rules, then guess what? You won't have a problem. So the rules are, is that anything that you do all the way up to whenever you're done with your boil process of your wort, I'm not going to tell you how to make beer because that would take hours for me to go into this. I'm just saying, you start off with your water, you do your steeping. It's kind of like making tea-ish a little bit. And then you go from that into a boil after you extract all of your starches and your sugars, and then you boil those out, and then that basically opens up a whole new chemical reaction. And then that wort, once it's in the boil process, you'll go to the hops. That's the bitter part that goes into the beers that give you that nice, delicious little taste on your taste buds in the back of your throat and all that stuff. But the wort itself, how you actually steep it in the combinations will give you the flavors of what you're trying to achieve. So all the way up to the point to where you have to boil for 1 hour, usually a minimum. After that part, once it comes out of boil and it gets below pasteurization temperatures, this is where we like to call it, we're getting into surgery. When we're going into surgery, that's where you've got to be sanitized. And what I mean by sanitize is we have like a bucket that we use Star San and all this stuff. Like I said, not get into it or whatever, but you get it on your hands and stuff so that you don't get wild yeast and stuff to get into your wort. So when you're basically fermenting it, when it's taking, the yeast will eat the sugars. And then as we like to say, the yeast basically eat and they shit alcohol. That's basically what it is. And they off-gas CO2. So you have what's called as a blow-off valve or a blow-off top or whatever you want to call it. But anyway, so with doing that, I mean, there's really, it takes about from start to finish about 4 hours, maybe 4.5 hours to brew your beer. Okay, to get it ready to where you're just about to basically, you're going to pitch your yeast and you're pretty much done for the day. Then you get to do your cleanup. But the question is it better? Hell yeah, it's better if you do it right. We have never lost a batch that was just like, oh my God, I got to choke down 5 gallons of beer. No, they're really, really good. So as long as you follow the rules, it's a blast. It's fun. You could get your buddies together. You could have a brew day. And the one kicker is while you're brewing, and this was a number one key that they told us in the brew house, was while you're brewing beer, if you don't drink beer while you're making it, you will fuck your beer up. And we drink every time that we do it, and we love it. And usually it's our own beer when we're drinking it. We have never had a bad batch. So just letting you know, so I can't say yay or nay, but I will say, they said if you don't drink beer while you're making beer, you'll fuck your beer up. So make sure that you drink your beer. Now, getting on to the beer process, why it's so much better, pick a beer that you love. Pick any beer that you love. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to pick just 2 beers that we made, and I'll give you our names of it. And you could probably find it onto the internet, on the interweb, but the beer that we make that we really like is we like amber beers, okay? So like some, not super dark beers. Now you can make them if you want to, like stouts and stuff like that. But we like, one, Sam Adams, all right? We love Sam Adams. And we like New Belgian beers, okay? If you don't know who those are or what they are, just go look them up. I'm not going to get into this shit and hold your hand. You can do it your own damn self. But if you do know what I'm talking about, you're like, okay, I'm listening. I like those beers. 2 of them. And it's not just the 2 that we love. These are just some of our favorites that they're one of them seasonal, and the other one you can get, but at a time here in Texas, it was really hard to get. Now you can pretty much get it any frickin' store here, whatever. So number 1, Sam Adams Oktoberfest. If you don't like Oktoberfest, well then shame on you. You know what? Shame on you. Oktoberfest is fucking fantastic. And my buddy, Shane, he turned me on to Oktoberfest. It is absolutely delicioso. And our thing is we like it so much, but you can't just get it all the time. That's why it's called Oktoberfest, and it's usually through October, November in that area. So Shane and I decided, which he did most of the stuff to put it together, found what does Sam Adams put into that beer to get that taste, that Marzen taste. And you have to look Marzen up. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but it's that taste. It's that good, delicious, I can't even explain it. It's just absolutely freaking delicious. So what we did is we loved it so much that it's called cloning. So you can go and do your research and find different grains that you'll match based on how many pounds, how many ounces, the different specialty grains that you'll put in there. Well, we came up with ours, and he called it Novemberfest because that's usually when we make it. It's a little heavier than the Oktoberfest, but it literally, if you took out the one special additive to it, you would basically have Oktoberfest. And it's delicious just the way it is. It's super fantastic. I love it. But he came up with a twist that we used a graham cracker infusion. Oh, shit. Now, here's the kicker. When we built out our profile, and we did the graham cracker on it. So basically, you get the Oktoberfest taste while you're drinking it. And then, on the back end, when you exhale, you get graham crackers in your throat. Oh, God, it's so fucking good. It is so fucking delicious. Here's the downside. You can't drink a lot of them because they're like 6.5. They will hammer your ass. You will get drunk faster than shit on these things, but they are absolutely delicious. Moving on to the next one, I love Fat Tire. He loves Fat Tire. So what we did is we came up with our own, basically, brewer clone of Fat Tire. And I love it just the way it is. It's got a biscuity malt to it. And if you drink it, you'll know what I'm talking about. But we have ours. I call it Big Wheel. And what happens is I put in an actual infused chocolate. Now, here's the kicker. You taste just like a Fat Tire going down. You're like, oh, my God, I am drinking pretty much 98% Fat Tire. But on your exhale note, guess what you get? Oh, it's so good. You get the chocolate. Now, that one is just right at 6% ABVs. You can't just drink them all night, but, man, you can put down about a 4-pint, 5-pint. Oh, dude. They are so good. It's basically, the two of them, it's literally a winter liquid sex beer. It is absolutely fantastic. And your brain is just like, oh, my God, these are so good. Especially when they're cold and you pull them right out of a tap. We have a tap system in my garage, and we'll tap them up. And, oh, Jesus, it's so good. It is just so damn good. So brewing beer, yeah, it's really, it is therapeutic, and it's so much fun. And you can do the research, and if you are interested, then please just hit me up, a comment, shoot me an email. I mean, you could find it somewhere on Podbean or one of the deals, and I'll do my best to get you pointed in the right direction. But brewing beer is just, it's so much fun because it allows you, as we like to say, kind of be mad scientists, and we get to make our crazy beers. But we get to make the beers we love, and we get to make them with little twists of little things that we kind of like, man, I wonder what that would taste like. I wonder if that's really, really, really good. And a lot of times it turns out it's really, really, really good. And if you love beer, then you just cannot go wrong. You just can't go wrong. I'm being honest with you. You cannot go wrong. It's super, super fantastic. So brewing beer is a blast. I love it. You know, we do a brew day about once a month between the three of us. I got another buddy that comes in brews with us. And we have a Mexican blend that we do. We call it the Texican Limesicle. And it's basically my version of two, and I'm not going to say which beers they are, Mexican blends. But I get tired of squeezing limes into my beer when I'm doing it. It's irritating, and I hate getting it all over my fingers, and I hate doing all that shit. So I basically infused it with lime, and it is absolutely off the chain. It's about a 5.7, 5.6, or 8, depending on how we do it. And it is a summer beer. It is light. It is delicious. It's got an extra additive to it, so it has a lime taste going downstairs. And then when you exhale, oh no, what is that? It's got a vanilla hint to it. It is absolutely off the frickin' chain. It is so damn good. So anyway, back to reality, because I'm just getting off into the beer world, because, man, I could talk about beer all the time because it's so much fun and there's so many things that you can do, and you can make just some really super kick-ass clone beers that are your own. And the next thing is it, compared to going out and just buying a beer that you like versus making your own beer. Okay, first off, making your own beer is you put your hands on it. That's a thumbs up right out of the gate. Beer at the store, it's fantastic. You walk in, you grab it, you put it in your cart, you go buy it, you leave. So right now, if you go buy a case of, let's just say that you like Dos Equis, okay? You like Dos Equis bottles. You go buy a case of Dos Equis bottles. It will literally take you, it'll set you back about probably maybe $30, $28, you know what I'm saying? Because a 6-pack is somewhere between $9 and $11 for anything that's outside of Budweiser, which is disgusting. But you want anything with some real flavor and deliciousness, it's going to set you back a little bit. And if you like craft beers, you can't get them for less than $9 a sixer. So, what is that, 30 some odd dollars for a case of beer. Now, when you brew, you usually brew a minimum of 5 gallons. That's pretty much the standard. And then you elevate up at 5-gallon increments. That's why basically a pony keg is 5 gallons, or Cornelius keg. That's what I use. Then you can step up to the next level, and then you can go to the actual full kegs, which is called a half barrel. And a full barrel is 2 kegs, like the big ones you used to do when you used to party on the weekends when you got out of high school and stuff like that. Not going to go into that, but anyway, so just say 5 gallons. So 5 gallons basically is the equivalent to 2 cases of beer. It's between 48 and 52 bottles. That's just the way it comes out to. I've done a lot of them. I've probably brewed thousands of gallons. So that being said, so you get 2 cases of beer, just say 2 cases. Now, what does it cost to brew those 2 cases of beer? Okay, well, you buy the grains, you buy the hops, you buy the yeast, and you put everything in. Now, to do basically my Texican Limesicle, which is basically, it's somewhere down the realm. Just pick any of your favorite Mexican beers that are going to run you, $16 to $18 for a 12-pack. And so just say $32 to $35 per case. It costs me to brew 5 gallons of beer about maybe $25, maybe $25. And I can make it any direction I want to. And I can make what I love, and I can make what I want. I can turn into anything that I want to, and I don't brew 5 at a time. I brew 15 to 30 gallons at a whack, and once the more volume you do, that's when the real savings kick in. So if you're thinking about brewing beer, that's really, yes, you can save. Is it oh my God, I just saved so much money? No, it's not that much, but it's at least, I'd say, 30% cheaper than going out and buying the beer. And, but the thing is it's your beer. You made it. It's fantastic and it's delicious. So, if you're thinking about, getting into brewing beer, that is roughly about what your savings is going to be. Somewhere, I'd say 25 to 30%. That's a safe bet. But you can make it in direction. Let's just say that you want to make a Dos Equis clone, and a Dos Equis is like 4.7, okay? It's not even 5% alcohol. Let's say you want it 5.5%. Well, just so you know, every 0.5% you go up is like almost the alcohol, the ABV content, as far as like catching a buzz, is pretty. It's substantial. Okay, it's substantial. You're not going to drink as many beers, so you can kick those in any direction you want to. If you want a 6-point beer in a Mexican flavor, bro, make it. You can do it. It's one of those things. So, and that's the cheap part, because the part that kicks it up, if you want to move it to the next level, is the cheapest thing that goes into it. It's basically sugar. Sugar makes alcohol. If you like seltzers, just to let you know, that's flavored water and nothing but sugar, which it's nasty as shit, but some people love them. You want to make seltzers? They don't cost shit to make. So anyway, with that being said, yes, it's better to make your own beer. And I'm 100% behind it. And, oh shit, what the fuck news, baby. Okay, today's what the fuck news, or WTN. What a shitty last week we had. Losing some icons, that I grew up with and a lot of Gen Xers grew up with, and it was really really shitty. I hated it, and that's truly a what the fuck. And, and then I just found out about a new one that just basically passed away. It's like everybody, and I get it, everybody dies. I'm going to die, you're going to die, we're all going to die, I know that. But it still sucks. It really sucks because in our minds, we grew up in the greatest era of almost a lot of shit. I mean, overall, as far as like music and television and, rock concerts and all that stuff. It was just really, really super fantastic. But Ozzy Osbourne passing away really kind of stuck me a little bit. So we had Ozzy Day at the office, which was really kind of cool. And, and then just shortly after Ozzy passing, we lost the Hulkster, the Hulk, the Hulkamania. And I grew up with him, that was another one that really sucked, and you get a bunch of news back and forth saying he was a bad piece of shit guy and he was an evil man or he was a bad man or whatever. I only know for what I saw, and I enjoyed him. So whether you like him or you don't like him, he was, good at what he did. I don't know who he was because he wasn't a friend of mine. I don't know him for the hill of beans, just like Ozzy or anyone else. But it really sucks that we, lost a couple of icons of whenever, I grew up, Let me tell you something, brother. Pretty cool stuff, from when he was in Rocky to the WWE to whatever. And Ozzy, I saw him 2-3 times, always put on a good show. Never saw him late in his career. Got guys that say he was awful. But you know what? He was still doing his thing and still pretty cool that, Ozzy could keep that going. And then I just found out Lonnie Anderson. If you don't know Lonnie Anderson, she was on WKRP in Cincinnati. If you don't know what the fuck that is, well then shame on you. That really sucks because that was a great, great show. But not only that, just her with Burt Reynolds. He was one of my heroes growing up. He's gone. There's so many of them that are gone, and it really, really sucks. It's not very enjoyable, but at the end of the day, we all die, but really you just kind of look at it and say, what the fuck, man? That's the news you just don't want to get because it really sucks that they, they're no longer with us. We don't get to, experience anything new or anything like that. Some of them kind of just faded away over time, and, it is what it is. It just sucks, So if you remember them, I'm sure you felt a little bit when you heard about it and when they died. It just sucks. And then there's others that are getting very close, and I don't want them to die. To be honest with you, I don't want any more to die, but they're going to, and there's no way around it. It just sucks. One of my major icons growing up, along with Burt Reynolds. And like Dom DeLuise, John Candy. Man, I can't even do them all. They were just all fantastic, and they just were really, really good. I know it's coming, man. He's getting super old as Clint Eastwood, and when that happens, that's going to be a really shitty day for me because Clint Eastwood was the original badass. He was just something else. He was truly the iconic tough guy. You know what I'm saying? From Dirty Harry to, just all the roles that he played. You know what I'm saying? From Dirty Harry to, when he in the westerns and stuff, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Just, it's going to be a shitty day, and I'm not going to enjoy that one bit at all. It's going to really, really suck. Anyway, I hope you guys had a great week. Sorry it took so long to get a podcast out, but other than that, have a great week, and I'm out.